Oh wait, I need to set this.
Oh, well. Do you want me to stop
no, we're
it?
good.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, we don't. It's fine. You good with that? Okay, great.
Hey Jake,
What's up, Doc?
what's been going on since our last session?
Nothing.
Yeah, how have things with Amy been? We talked a lot about that last time.
Good. I went to the dentist with her, and she was pretty supportive of that. I think. Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, I tried to have a conversation with her about the job thing, and it's. I don't know how it went.
Yeah.
I felt like it started off okay, and then got like really, really rocky, and like, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you're really confused about how it went.
Yeah, like it just doesn't. It didn't. Yeah. Oh, like I was really nervous to like say anything to her at all, but it just like was bothering me all week since we had talked, and so I was like, "Hey, babe, like super like tentative like ish," which like I don't know. I feel like bothered her that I like started the conversation like that, but I was just like I don't know, super nervous to talk to you about this, and she was just kind of like spit it out. And so I was like, well, like, it scares me that, you're going back on, like, on the beat. And then, yeah, like, and maybe the beginning wasn't good because she got mad that I was saying she was going back on the beat. Like, she got a demotion rather than being like, you have a promotion to sergeant, which is why, like, you're involved with beat cops again instead of being a detective. Like, it just was.
So you feel like she kind of took the conversation differently than what you had meant it.
Yeah, maybe, and maybe I didn't like phrase it right or something, because like, yeah, I felt like she thought I was insulting her the whole time. Like she just felt insulted, and no matter what I said, nothing really like came of it. Like she wouldn't. Like I couldn't. I guess maybe I couldn't get the ball rolling after she felt insulted, and she just felt like the whole time it was an insult. Which like I kind of was worried she would feel insulted because it's like, yeah, like I don't like that you're doing this dangerous job while I also am doing the dangerous job, and like even if she told me she didn't like it, I don't think I would consider not doing it. But I'm asking her to consider something. I think I don't know.
You seem really upset about this.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I guess. Yeah. Well, upset and just like I don't know. Like I feel like regret. I guess like I shouldn't have said anything because it didn't help. It didn't help me make. It didn't help me make. It didn't help me feel better, and it didn't. Yeah, like it didn't. Like it wasn't a productive conversation.
So you're regretting even bringing up the conversation with Amy at all because you feel like it didn't get anywhere.
Yeah, like it was really scary for me to do, and I don't think she realized it was scary. And so like I felt like I was being really vulnerable, and like the whole time she was just really defensive.
Yeah, so you kind of went out on a limb and really tried to talk to her about your feelings, and
yeah, and like I don't like doing that because it's not fun. Kids don't talk about their feelings; they just play around. And then when they get the boo boo, they get the kisses, and then they're fine. That's all I like to do too. And so yeah, I was trying to be really intentional and like communicate my feelings to her, and it just wasn't happening. And
yeah, so I mean, you like really took a leap of faith, and you kind of got shut down by Amy.
Yeah, but she normally is really receptive to me, and so I felt like there must have been something wrong in my approach.
Yeah, you seem really frustrated about potentially doing something wrong. You're really upset about that.
Yeah, our relationship is really good, and like we like have great times, and like we balance each other really well, and so I feel like yeah, normally it's like I don't want to deal with the adult things, and so Amy like is like gentle and slowly encourages me and gets me to do these adult things, like go to the dentist and like manage finances and like clean and blah blah blah. And I feel like that yeah, this is one chance where I was trying to have an adult conversation about like, babe, what does our future look like if we're both doing this? And yeah, she just took it as like, I was like attacking her just decisions because they wouldn't be decisions would make.
So on one hand, you are kind of expressing for maybe the first time or one of the first times in your relationship, you had control over bringing up a situation, whereas previously Amy was always the one to kind of calm you down and kind of take control of situations, and you're experiencing how she didn't react well to that, and that's kind of making you upset or frustrated.
Yeah, I guess I think I just like I feel confused because like I finally did the thing that she's been wanting me to do, like, and like I was kind of making baby steps in other areas, and she was really receptive to that and like excited to like do this with me, and then I was trying to like have a real conversation, like, and yeah, I feel like it didn't go like how it should have. If yeah, like I should have done it. I should have done better with it or something. I don't know. Like she's been wanting me to like have real conversations about like how I feel about being in jail, blah blah blah, which I've like tried to do too, and like we kind of have good talks. But I feel like in this one instance, it was for once we were having a conversation about like feelings that didn't revolve around like something I did. It was something like she was doing, and like suddenly like that wasn't okay, and like I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you feel lost because you're talking about your feelings instead of hers.
Well, no, we talk about my feelings too in those situations. It just was normally it's like I did this thing and how did that affect like our relationship, and then we both talk about our feelings, and we've never really had to have a conversation about, well, like Amy does this, and so now like yeah, we've never had to
involving something that she's doing instead of what you're doing.
Yeah, because like the most we have those conversations is like, babe, like you're over planning things, or like you're freaking me out by being so like type A, and then like she just like mellows out or like keeps it a secret from me for a little bit, and then like shows me this plants again because like it's pretty cute. She's adorbs, totes adorbs. But yeah, like in this instance, I felt like this was something very serious I wanted to talk about, and she just took it as like, yeah, like I was saying, she wasn't like making good decisions, and that's not what I was trying to say. And I know she worked really hard to like become a sergeant, and like she did really well in her exam, and like I'm proud of her, and I'm proud that she's a sergeant. But I just also wanted to just like put it out there on the table that I'm like terrified that she's gonna be with some rookie who's gonna get her killed, and I felt like I never got to really like say that as like a thing. Like it just it became about like other stuff. I don't know, like.
Yeah, so you were really trying to express your fear involving something that Amy is doing, and she wasn't receptive to you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and yeah, which makes me feel like maybe like I started it wrong, but I like, yeah.
So you feel like her defensive reaction means that you did something wrong.
Well, yeah, like that, like wouldn't it? Like, I mean, like, yeah, because she was defensive because I like started it with like saying like I don't know how I feel that you're back on the beat, which was like she's not back on the beat, she didn't get demoted, yeah, and so that I feel like that whole phrase like got her very focused on like I'm not happy that she became a sergeant, because like I wouldn't make that career move. I don't ever want to be in charge of a bunch of dumb rookie cops. Like I want to solve cases and be a detective, and so I felt like me making that one comment, like, which I don't like that she became a sergeant, but not because like it's not something I would do, but because like I don't like having to question her safety, but like I also am like I respect the fact that like that's something that she wants to do. She wants to be a mentor. She'll be an amazing mentor. Cops under her, they're gonna know what to do, and they're also gonna know how to file the paperwork after they do it. Let me tell you. But like, yeah, like I hate having to jeopardize, like having to worry about her safety, and that's why I wanted to have a conversation about it. I didn't want it to become about like yeah, I felt like she was very much like, well, I'm different from you, Jake, and like you have to be okay with that, and I know she's different from me, and that's what makes her amazing.
Yeah, that miscommunication is frustrating.
Yeah.
That you were trying to express just your feelings and conversations of fear about Amy's job, and she took it as that you didn't want her to have a job at all or be promoted.
Yeah, she took it, yeah, as like I wanted her to stay in like the detective squad, which of course like I do and like did, but like I again still respect her decision, and I just felt like somehow I didn't really communicate well enough that like no, I'm proud of you, babe. I just wanted this to be like, yeah, I don't know, like
yeah, you're just, I can tell you're really frustrated and this bothers you.
Yeah, like I guess I didn't articulate myself like well or whatever.
So you feel like you weren't good enough.
Yeah, I mean like yeah, right.
Communicating.
Well, yeah, because like I like trying to initiate this conversation, and all the conversations she initiates like they go well when
Right.
with like the two of us. So I must just I just started that by saying like going like yeah like I don't know.
Well, Jake, I don't think that you bringing up the conversation and Amy getting defensive is necessarily a sign that you didn't do it well enough. Can you tell me more about why you keep coming back to that feeling of not being good enough?
Well, yeah, because like I don't know, like I think well like it has to be like I must have said something wrong because otherwise the conversation would have been fine. Like had I not said like oh going back to be had I said like or had I prefaced it like I'm really happy you're a sergeant, like that's awesome. Can we talk about something though that worries me? Like something like said something else besides like I don't know how I feel about you going back on the beat. Like I felt like that was so ominous that she like immediately would be defensive. Like
so you can kind of understand Amy's defensiveness.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, you were still able to bring up something that was important to you.
Yeah, but it didn't. It wasn't productive. Like I don't like. Yeah, it just turned into an argument about her being a sergeant and like.
So you feel like if you would have started out on a better note, the conversation would have gone better.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, and yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess we could have always ended up arguing about her being a sergeant, but I didn't want the argument to be about like her career path versus my career path. I wanted the argument to be about her safety.
Right.
And like that never even really got brought up because like
she just focused in on.
Well, yeah. Well, I felt like the second it became like about like what she's choosing to do versus like what I like to do, like it just like if I brought up like my concerns about like her being safe, it just would have turned into like you're doing the same job, like you have the same risk, and like which like it can still come up, but like I didn't want it to be like yeah, like I just don't think like my what I want to do it with the New York